How much money do you actually need to buy a home? Today, I'm going to break down all the costs for you so you can have a rough number in mind, which makes it a lot easier to accurately budget and save up. So when the time is right, you're ready to go. Now, I'm going to be talking average percentages here, so you can apply these to almost any price point. And then we're going to look at how this would play out with a $500,000 purchase. All right, so let's start with the down payment, which is obviously one of the largest upfront costs when buying a home. You may be able to go in with just 3% down, but I would recommend budgeting for 5%. The more you put down, the less your monthly payment's going to be. So if you're in a position to do so, it might not be a bad idea to do 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20% down. Next up, closing costs. Now, these can vary pretty widely, but on average, they're about 2 to 5% of your loan amount. Now on to reserves. So some lenders will require you to have at least 2 months worth of mortgage payments in your bank account, basically like a guarantee for them to make sure that you're gonna make your monthly payments. And the last upfront cost is moving. Now, if you're renting a Uhaul and ruining your friend's weekend by enlisting their help, this can be pretty affordable. But if you're hiring professionals, that number could range to a few $100 up to around $2,500 according to Angie. And if you're moving long distance, that number only goes up. Okay, so let's say you're purchasing a $500,000 home. Here's roughly how much you would need to save. Let's say you're going in with a 4% down payment, which comes out to $20,000. So your loan amount would be $480,000. And if your closing costs are 3.5% of that would be $16,800. And if your interest rate is 6.5%, your monthly payments would be just over $3,000. So you would need about $6,000 in your bank account for reserves. And let's ruin our friend's weekend and recruit their help in the moving process. Let's say you spend $100 on the U-Haul. So at the end of the day, your total upfront cost when buying a $500,000 home would be somewhere in the ballpark of $42,900. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would highly recommend that you create a monthly budget if you don't have one already. $42,000 is a lot of money, but if you can get strategic with your budget and cut out some of that needless extra spending, it'll make it that much easier to save up to buy that home.